Apple just made a move that has the tech world buzzing. Out of nowhere, they quietly removed the official M4 Mac Mini announcement video from their YouTube channel. And here's the curious part. The M4 iMac and the M4 MacBook Pro videos are still live. Now, Apple doesn't usually make mistakes like this. Every decision is intentional, especially on their official platforms. Which raises the question, is this a hint that the M5 Mac Mini is already on the horizon? Even though the M4 launched less than a year ago? Today, we're going to break down what's going on, what the M5 Mac Mini might bring, who it's really for, and why this could mark a turning point in Apple's desktop strategy. Let's start by looking at where the Mac Mini fits in Apple's lineup. The Mac Mini has always been something of an underdog. It doesn't get the flashy ad campaigns like the iPhone. It doesn't have the creative prestige of the MacBook Pro, and it doesn't show off bold design choices like the iMac. Instead, the Mini has been the quiet workhorse of the Apple family. A small silver box that can be whatever you need it to be. For some people, it's the cheapest way to get into macOS. For others, it's a home theater machine. Some enthusiasts even build server farms with Minis. And for professionals, the Pro versions have delivered serious workstation performance in a compact, affordable package. That flexibility is what's given the Mini a cult following for years, even during times when Apple itself seemed to neglect it. If you followed the history of the Mac Mini, you'll know what I mean. Back in the Intel days, Apple sometimes let the Mini sit for years without an update. It often felt like an afterthought, a product that Apple only remembered every once in a while. But the shift to Apple Silicon completely changed that. The M1 Mini made waves as one of the best entry-level Macs ever released. The M2 version built on that. Then Apple surprised everyone by skipping M3 entirely and jumping straight to the redesigned M4 Mini in 2024. That redesign was huge. It was the first major chassis update since 2010. Apple made it smaller, sleeker, and more practical by adding front-facing USB-C ports. The Pro models even came with Thunderbolt 5, making them seriously powerful for professionals. And now, just months later, we're already talking about an M5 upgrade. So what exactly is fueling the speculation? Recently, Apple insider Marco Zeik uncovered device identifiers in Apple's testing databases. That point directly to upcoming Mac Mini models with M5 chips. Not just the base M5, but also an M5 Pro version. This is important because it shows Apple is treating the Mini with the same strategy it uses across the Mac lineup. One base model for everyday users, and a Pro version for people who need more horsepower. This mirrors what Apple did with the M4 generation, and it suggests the Mini is no longer being left behind. Instead, it's marching in step with the MacBook Pro and the iMac. Now let's talk about performance, because that's what everyone really cares about. If you're expecting the M5 to completely blow the M4 out of the water, you might want to manage your expectations. According to respected analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, the M5 will be built on TSMC's new 3NP manufacturing process. Basically, it's a refined version of the same technology used to make the M4. In everyday language, this means the M5 should be more power efficient and moderately faster, but it won't be a game changer. We're probably looking at a performance bump in the range of 15 to 25% over the M4. Now, 20% boost is nothing to sneeze at. That kind of improvement can mean faster video exports, smoother 3D rendering, more headroom for heavy multitasking, and better thermal performance overall. For professionals, those minutes saved during rendering or simulation work can add up to real money. But for the average user, it's not going to feel life-changing. Your emails won't load any faster, your web browsing won't suddenly feel different, and your Netflix binge won't be any smoother. This isn't like the revolutionary jump from Intel to Apple Silicon with the M1. It's evolutionary, not transformative. So should you upgrade to the M5? The honest answer is, it depends. If you just bought an M4 Mini in 2024, there's no need to rush. For most people, doing everyday tasks like browsing, coding, office work, or even mid-level creative projects, the M4 is already more than powerful enough. But if you're a professional video editor, a 3D artist, or someone running complex simulations, the M5 Pro version could be a real lifesaver. Imagine workstation-level power in a tiny, quiet box that doesn't take up much space on your desk. For that group of users, upgrading makes sense. But here's where things get really interesting. The arrival of the M5 isn't just about new performance, it's also about what happens to the M4. We're already seeing discounts on the M4 Mini in the US. The base model that launched at $599 has dipped closer to $490. That's a huge deal. Considering this is a machine that's less than a year old, with a fresh design, modern ports, and plenty of power. Once the M5 officially launches, the M4 will become one of the best bargains in Apple's desktop history. For value-focused buyers, this is the perfect storm. You get a modern, powerful machine at a price that Apple almost never offers. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The Mac Mini doesn't exist in isolation. Apple's entire Mac strategy is built around scaling its chips across multiple devices. The iPad Pro is expected to get the M5 later this year. The MacBook Pro will likely refresh with M5, M5 Pro, and M5 Max chips in early 2026. And the iMac should also join the M5 club around the same time. What's especially exciting is that insiders are saying the MacBook Pro will get its first major redesign since 2021, but not until the M6 generation. That means the M5 generation will be more of a performance update across the board, keeping things fresh but not changing designs too much. For the Mini, this is great news. It shows that Apple is finally treating it as a first-class citizen in the lineup. No more years of waiting, no more being left behind on old chips. The Mini is now moving in sync with the MacBook Pro and the iMac. That means more choice for consumers, more competitive pricing, and more reasons to consider the Mini as a serious option, whether you're a casual user or a professional. So, should you buy the M5 Mac Mini when it launches? If you're someone who always wants the newest Apple product, pushes your computer to the absolute limits, or just enjoys being on the cutting edge, then yes, the M5 will be a great upgrade. You'll get faster performance, better efficiency, and longer software support into the future. But if you're someone who cares more about value than bragging rights, then the smarter move might actually be to grab the M4 once discounts get deeper. It's still modern, still powerful, and more than enough for 90% of people. Either way. The bigger story here is that the Mac Mini has never been this exciting. After years of being overlooked, it's now a central part of Apple's desktop strategy. Whether you choose the M4 or wait for the M5, you're getting a machine that delivers incredible performance in one of the smallest, most versatile packages Apple has ever built. So what do you think? Is Apple really about to launch the M5 Mac Mini sooner than expected? Or are we all just reading too much into a deleted video? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. And before you go, make sure to subscribe. Tap the bell icon so you don't miss future updates. Check out the videos on screen for more deep dives into Apple's M-series revolution. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.